MAGA. Is America first when Trump takes billions from Americans to rescue a collapsing foreign economy? Yeah, not so much, huh? Did you know Donald Trump wants to send $20 billion to Argentina to prop up their far-right president, Javier Milei? Trump calls Milei fantastic and a friend because Milei campaigned on Trump-style slogans, rails against the left, slashes social programs, and even waves chainsaws at rallies to symbolize cutting government. He's basically a South American MAGA mascot. Argentina needs the money because the country is in an economic freefall, with record inflation, a collapsing currency, and debt payments it can't cover. Milei's answer has been brutal budget cuts, higher gas and electricity prices, slashed food assistance, frozen wages, mass layoffs, and gutted schools and hospitals. In other words, Milei is making life harder for the poor, enriching the wealthy, and calling it reform. It looks exactly like Trump's playbook. Critics say Trump's bailout isn't about stabilizing Argentina. It's about helping his political twin before an election. This isn't a simple, we lend, they repay deal. It's the U.S. taking on financial risk to keep Milei afloat. If it works, markets calm down. If it fails, U.S. taxpayers lose billions. This isn't America first, it's Argentina first. $20 billion could feed 9.2 million Americans for a year on food stamps, build 80,000 affordable homes, take 1 million homeless people off the street, cover disability benefits for 1 million veterans, provide Medicare coverage for 1.3 million seniors, keep 2,000 hospitals open, fund childcare for 1.7 million kids, or pay 308,000 teachers' salaries for a year. Sorry, Americans. When Trump needs to stroke his buddy, it's Argentina first, Trump second, and regular Americans somewhere around 37th. Right between Ivanka's next trademark and the next MAGA sneaker drop. Yeah. Well, Trump, I hope you're having the day you deserve.
America first, where are you at? Because Trump is sending $20 billion to bail out Argentina. Everyone on the right cried about Biden funding Ukraine and America first and why are we sending other people money and da-da-da-da-da. But when it comes to supporting the president of Argentina who has similar ideology to Trump, guess what happens? And this is all while U.S. farmers and agricultural groups are furious. They see this as subsidizing a foreign competitor, Argentina, while American farmers lose market share, especially in soybean exports to China. Senator Elizabeth Warren said the timing raises serious concerns that the purpose of this bailout is personal and political and comes at the expense of the American people. Remember when Trump said he was going to get the cost of goods down on day one, and he was going to end the wars on day one, he was going to stop inflation, he was going to reverse all of the things that Biden did to America that were so horrible, and now look what he's doing. He's giving a close ally of his, a bailout right before his election so that he can look good to the people who may vote for him.
The Trump administration announced on Thursday, September 25th, that they are working on a plan to give the Argentinian president $20 billion for a financial bailout. Donald Trump was quoted saying it is an honor for him to help make Argentina great again. Let's talk about a few things that $20 billion could do for United States citizens. It could cover healthcare for 3.3 million American families. It could erase medical debt for over 20 million Americans. It could fund mental health and addiction clinics all across the United States for over a decade. It could build over 100,000 affordable housing units. It could provide emergency shelter for over a year for every single homeless American. It could fund community college for over 2.5 million students. It could cancel all federal loan student debt. It could increase the salary of every single teacher in the United States of America by $5,000 a year. It could provide $1,000 extra in grocery benefits for every single low-income family in the United States of America. It could fund health care and housing for over 1 million veterans. Or it could provide free daycare for 1.5 million families. So much for America first.
Where are all of the America First patriots now that Donald Trump wants to give Argentina billions of our taxpayer dollars? I thought you guys didn't want the United States to give money to Ukraine because that's not our war. You guys were okay with the U.S. giving money to Israel so that they can commit it. But what's going on now? Do we have to bail out Argentina, a country that has absolutely nothing to do with us? After the president they elected into office promised that he was the solution to all of their problems, and now we have to bail them out? Is Donald Trump putting America first when he's gonna give up to $20 billion to Argentina? Donald Trump is defunding programs that Americans need, but there is money to send to Argentina? Did I get that right? Is that America first? I'm a little confused.
This photo of a text between two Trump officials spells out exactly how Trump's $20 billion bailout to Argentina is hurting farmers in red states. Watch.
This photo taken by the Associated Press at the UN last week is amplifying concern. It appears to show a text message to Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent from BR, widely considered to be Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins. The message reads, "We bailed out Argentina yesterday, and in return, the Argentines removed their export tariffs on grains, reducing their price, and sold a bunch of soybeans to China at a time when we would normally be selling to China." The message refers to a potential $20 billion aid package from the Trump administration to help stabilize Argentina's economy. But after that aid package was announced, Argentina suspended its soybean export tax and immediately sold shiploads of soybeans to China, another blow to U.S. farmers. In the message sent to Bessent, BR says, "This gives China more leverage on us."
So we're going to make sure that our farmers are in great shape.
President Trump has suggested some money raised by tariffs could be used to help struggling farmers.
And Trump's big idea to help out these farmers is to do another bailout. But listen to what this Missouri farmer has to say about that. Watch.
I mean, it's crazy when you think about it. We put on tariffs, collect money, and then we take that money, which we've collected from American consumers, including farmers who buy imported goods. We take that money and give it to the industry that's been hurt by those very same tariffs. Seems to me that it would make a lot more sense to get rid of the middleman, drop the tariffs, and again, resume normal trade relations.
So let's recap. Trump bails out Argentina with our U.S. tax dollars. Argentina undercuts American farmers. China wins and rural America loses. Remind me again why they voted for this guy 3 times?
So your boy starts a trade war with China, and now they are getting their soybeans from Argentina. And what does he do? He bails out Argentina before he bails you guys out. If that doesn't tell you everything you need to know, then I don't know what does. He doesn't care about you. He never did care about you. He saw you guys as useful before the election, and now you are no longer useful to him. This is part of their plan, to make you guys go bankrupt so that they can buy up the land for dirt cheap. If you don't get that, then I don't know what to tell you. He doesn't care about you. He never did care about you. He can't. He's incapable of caring about you. Go look it up. I think it was $20 billion for Argentina bailout after Argentina undercut you guys because of his stupid trade war. But yeah, America first, huh?
So wait a second. Are you telling me that we're standing around debating Tylenol and Donald Trump is bailing out his partner in austerity in Argentina? Yep. You can't make this shit up. Breaking news, U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent has said all options are on the table for the Trump administration to support Argentina through their bout of severe market volatility. Remember, this is the same exact economic strategy that Donald Trump and Elon Musk told us is what we want here in America. Have you ever heard of austerity? Now we have to spend our tax dollars to bail out Argentina because they're ignorant on the economy. American soybean farmers are going broke, but hey, Argentina first, am I right?
As our farmers struggle with the impact of President Trump's trade war all across the world, don't forget that the Trump administration is very likely going to bail out Argentina. Why? Well, because he's buddies with the president of Argentina, Javier Milei. While the second largest economy in the world has stopped buying our soybeans, where do they also get their soybeans from? From Argentina. So the Trump administration is going to bail out Milei's administration, all while they enjoy selling their soybeans and our farmers are struggling and going out of business. This bailout is supposed to cost at least $20 billion. The deal hurts our farmers and American taxpayer dollars. What happened to America first? Because right now it seems that it's America second and Argentina first. Make that make sense.
I woke up this morning trying to figure out why the fuck are we bailing out Argentina with $20 billion from U.S. taxpayers? Oh, because maybe one billionaire by the last name Citroni, who is good close friends with our Treasury Secretary Benson, this man is going to have one good come up and a downfall of money from this $20 billion bailout. But we have farmers over here who don't have no staff, ruined crops that haven't sold, crops that's been sitting, so they need a bailout. There's a lot of American citizens that are about to get cut off of health care insurance. They could use a bailout. But instead, we're going to Argentina and giving them $20 billion with a B. Why ain't nobody talking about that? My thing is, this is all about corruption. This is corruption at its finest. We have a president who intentionally set out to harm Americans, harm our economy, harm our discourse, harm our citizen and civilian relationships with one another. You're taking money out of American citizens' pockets, food, and health systems to give it to Argentina. Does that make sense to anybody? Because it damn sure don't make sense to me.
America first, my fat dimply ass. Now we're bailing out Argentina? So while inflation here in America goes up and the price of goods goes up and jobs go down and our farmers are going fucking bankrupt, the fucking Trump administration is offering $20 billion to bail out Argentina and their farmers? So let me get this straight. The party of America First doesn't mind funding Israel so much that we pay for their universal health care, while Americans go without. And while American farmers are going bankrupt, we're going to go ahead and bail out Argentina. Hey, MAGA, I hate to break it to you. Actually, no, I really don't. You got fucking conned. And in doing so, you totally fucked over the rest of the country. Bravo!
Republicans in farm country are utterly livid at the Trump administration for an, frankly, inscrutable, utterly outrageous bailout that it made to Argentina last week. But why are farmers angry? So here's why. Because of Trump's trade war with China, China has bought 0 soybeans from American farmers this year. China eats about 2/3 of all the soybeans around the world. Last year, China, I think, accounted for about 52% of soybean purchases. So in other words, without China buying soybeans from U.S. farmers, our farmers are utterly screwed. Now, the only other real alternatives for China are, one, to grow them in China, and they're trying to do that long term, but really to purchase them from Brazil and also Argentina. Most of what they get, but when they're not getting it from us, comes from Brazil, but Argentina is also a huge producer of soybeans. So last week, the Trump administration announced a $20 billion bailout of Argentina because Trump said he's supporting his friend in the upcoming election, Javier Milei. Javier Milei, you might remember, this is Elon Musk's buddy who did like a Doge-type move on Argentina, and he drove the Argentinian economy into the ground, now needs a massive bailout. So Trump is offering this $20 billion lifeline. The same day that Trump and Besant announced this lifeline, Reuters reports that Argentina is now shipping massive amounts of soybeans to China and cut its export taxes to 0. In other words, the American money that we're sending to Argentina is making up the gap. So Argentina now doesn't have to charge these export fees on its soybeans, so China gets a huge discount. So China is out there scrambling, trying to find soybeans to feed its population without buying American soybeans because they're in a trade war that we started with them. And Trump just made it much cheaper and easier for China to buy those from Argentina. Now, there's another brutal aspect to this that isn't getting any coverage, and it's that American hedge funds invested heavily in Argentina after Milei was elected because they thought that his libertarian slash everything approach to the economy was actually going to turn things around and make Argentina a good investment. It didn't work at all. the economy collapsed. And so these American hedge funds were about to lose billions and billions of dollars on these stupid investments. But now Besson, a former hedge fund guy, is the Treasury Secretary now, is coming in, and thanks to the bailout, the hedge funds are actually going to make a profit. And the final piece of this is that this is not the first time that Trump has done this to soybean farmers. The first time he was president, he started a trade war with China, and China responded by not buying soybeans from American farmers. And China instead told Brazil, we want to up our purchases from you. And then they actually started investing and helping Brazil build more highways, and they're putting more than $200 million into this port of Santos to help create capacity so that they can massively expand production of soybeans and exports to China. So they've basically almost doubled production from 2017 to today. Brazil has. And of course, all of these Brazilian soybeans that are being produced now are coming at the expense of the Amazonian rainforest, which was chopped down in order to make room for them. So awesome. Everybody's winning.
Hey there, MAGA. How you doing? Did y'all see this here? Thought it was America first, wasn't it? I thought we weren't supposed to be giving billions of dollars to other countries, except for, Israel, so they can keep blowing up brown children with our bombs. But aside from that, I thought we were supposed to be keeping all of our money for Americans. I mean, we're certainly keeping all of our soybeans for Americans, since they're now worthless because bankruptcy Benito decided to fuck up our biggest trade partner for them. Now they're buying them from Brazil and Argentina instead of American farmers. Those same American farmers that are now going bankrupt because all of you dumb motherfuckers have the economic literacy of a 10-year-old with a credit card in Toys R Us. Even though you pudding brain troglodytes saw how stupid tariffs were the last time you elected the dumbest thing to ever slip through a condom to the Oval Office. And now your little mango molester is giving this knob goblin $20 billion of our dollars to bail out Argentina's economy. The same Argentinian alt-right libertarian loser who just lifted tariffs on China so they could sell them 20 shiploads of their soybeans. So China can get the cheap soybeans that they used to buy from us. So what say you little toothless pedophile-loving cousin fuckers, huh? Where's that America First energy now? Just seems kind of strange that after all that America First patriotic preaching bullshit, saying that we just couldn't afford to support American farmers with USAID because we were giving stuff away for free to starving children, are now chomping at the bit to bail out Argentinian farmers. And for all you MAGA voting farmers, maybe you should go check out some farmland down there, because clearly the dipshit you dumbasses decided to vote for will take much better care of you if you're an Argentina. And don't worry about your property here. JD Vance is all ready with a nice low offer to pay pennies on the dollar for your bankrupt family farm. But hey, since conservatives have also crashed the economy so bad in Argentina too that they need an American bailout, I'm sure you can find some cheap land and it'll all work out.
So let's get this right. So we gonna bail out Argentina, another country, where we got farmers over here that's suffering like a motherfucker. Not only farmers, we got people. Our economy is the shits right now. Especially with the farmers. Trump just fucked them all the way over. Where they bail out at? Your tariffs will fuck them up. And how is that American first bailing out, selling billions of dollars to Argentina to bail them out? That just don't make sense to me at all. But it do make sense when you really just bailing out your billionaire friends that invested over there in that country. And when their economy went to shits, we bailing them out. But we got farmers over here that's suffering like a motherfucker because of you. Help them. Don't say when the tariffs come, the money start coming in. Help them now. People need help right now, not when. Shit crazy.